drugs. Used to trip and make a flip before the rent's due. I don't network. What's my net worth?
From just off the shores of Lake Erie, EA Sports brings you coverage of the NFL from Cleveland Browns Stadium in downtown Cleveland, Ohio. Today, it's a Week 9 matchup, and we are all set to go as it'll be the Arizona Cardinals taking on the Cleveland Browns. The first 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final 2 bring us as we're off in Week 9? From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line.
They're on the 17-yard line.
First play, Watson to the air. And that is going to be incomplete as he led him a bit too much.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the number one thing they look for in a quarterback. When you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
Now a nice throw here, right side. He hauls it in. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. That one a gain of 20 and a first down.
And that was good protection there. No, that was great protection there because it allowed him to lock in on his receiver. Although I think he was looking for his tight end on the corner route all the way. Nice connection there for a really nice gain.
They'll run for the first time with Austin Eckler. And he'll muscle his way up to the 43 for a pickup of right around 5. The Browns at 4-3, a game over 500. And they coming on a pretty good roll here. Winners of 3 straight.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
Eckler going to get it again on second down. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down. A couple of nice carries back-to-back here, establishing the ground game a bit.
Yeah, these aren't bare-bones runs now. I mean, they're getting substantial yardage, the kind of yards you're looking for, right? Let's go ahead and use a cliche. Stay ahead of the change, right? 5 or more yards each time, that's what you're looking for in setting a tone and getting your offensive line going.
Good sign on the opening drive. They run on first down as they get about 3. 2nd and 7 forthcoming. You look at this Arizona defense. It's a unit that has had all sorts of issues against the pass. Dead last in the NFL, number 32 in the league.
That was a nice play right there, but overall this season, it's been an absolute disaster. A total lack of communication on the back end. They need a leader who can put this team, this unit, on his shoulder pads and carry them to the right spots.
They'll try the air now with Watson. And that is taken in by Njoku. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. David Njoku, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon.
For a big tight end, he can sure move like a slot receiver when he gets a head of steam going. And as a defensive back, you've got a big decision to make when he's moving like that.
And oh, he clanks it off the right upright, and it's no good. The Browns kicking team out there now as they'll send this one away. And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. Murray and the Cardinals with a 1st and 10 at their own 23. They'll start out on the ground. It's Leonard Fournette. And he'll get this just across the 25-yard line. And, Charles, you look at this defense. They were... group coming into the week, knowing they kind of had the upper hand going into this one, taking on a team that hasn't won in a month and a half.
And that works well for you if you establish your dominance early in the game against a team that's struggling. But if somehow they fashion some plays together early, knock them back on their heels, that looseness can be used against them. Then they're trying to scramble to make sure they get their game right.
Well, this defense for the Browns, they were very strong last week in that win over Cleveland.
No matter what coverage was called, they were right in the hip pockets of the receivers all game long, step for step, running their routes with them. Turned out they were right there every time the ball was in the air, and they came away with 5 interceptions in that one.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. Murray going to try to throw on 3rd down. Catch is made by Arcega-Whiteside. And he is going to have a Cardinals first down by a couple of yards as they're able to convert here on 3rd and 3. Well, they kept it simple there, CD, only needing the short gain to move the chains, so they didn't want to go with a deep throw. They just go with that safer, shorter throw and able to convert.
Nothing wrong with that at all, partner. Check the box, right? Make sure you pick up the first down. Offense is getting established. You're moving the ball. You're not turning it over. Check, check, check. They like what they're doing early in the game.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Out of the gun, here's Murray. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. You look at this Browns defense. They were terrific a week ago in the win over Seattle.
No matter what coverage was called, they were in the hip pockets of the receivers all game long. I mean, they were running the routes with them. Turned out, they were right there on every single ball thrown and came away with 5 interceptions.
To throw is Murray. And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete. Charles already trailing by a touchdown early. This offense, how imperative is it for them to get points out of this struggle?
Well, they feel like they have to go ahead and match because of what was already on the board against their defense. But I think even more so, you just want to avoid 3 and outs. You want to be able to stay on the field for a little while, let your defense catch their breath a little bit, even if you don't score any points.
Now the throw on 3rd down, knocked away and incomplete.
Give him credit for excellent coverage, They're doing a lot of things that we talk about in basketball. They're causing disruptions in the passing game. And as long as that continues, it'll be tough for them to gain any momentum throwing the ball downfield.
And this is going to hit the goal line and continue on into the end zone for a touchback. The Browns drive about to get started. This could end up being a pretty big drive. I mean, look, yes, it's early in this game, but they scored the touchdown. They got the stop. And now if they could get in the end zone here again, CD, they could grab an early stranglehold on this one.
Yeah, they certainly can, and that's what you're looking for. Where's the advantage? Can you gain it? Can you press it? Now for them, finishing it off, because right now it's out there for them. They've just got to go seize it.
Watson on first down. This is the tight end, the Joker. Look at the big fella go. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. 2 first-quarter touchdown passes now for Deshaun Watson. And the Browns are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Another impressive drive. So they're 2 for 2, 2 touchdowns. Charles, a great start to this ball game for them.
And one of the words that's really worked its way into our lexicon is stacking. They've stacked momentum each time out, and not only on offense. Between those touchdowns, defense held, forced a punt to get the ball back, and they've played awfully well in this one. Both sides playing at optimal level.
Watson and that Browns offense going to stay out there, and they'll go for 2. They'll look to throw. That is caught. He's got it. And the lead will move to 14-0. That right there makes up for that missed extra point they had after the first score.
Yeah, they went ahead and got back to level by going for 2 and having the normal amount of points, so that works out pretty well for them. And if you're the kicker, don't worry about it too much. Now they got back to where they want to be, they'll try it out there for the next one.
The Browns kicking team out there now as they'll send this one away. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. 1-7, their record here at the midway point of the season. And right now, this organization, more than likely, if you look at it, CD, probably in for a rough second half of the season.
Well, we've seen teams turn things around in other places. I mean, we've seen 1-7 first halves turn into 5-3 second halves. But with this squad, I think these guys aren't playing to get into the playoffs. They're playing for their jobs. So is the coaching staff. They're coaching for theirs. Front office trying to keep theirs. The heat is on from all directions. And what's interesting is a lot of these guys are playing for jobs and trying to keep their positions. It might be just in the league in some other spot.
They'll wind up getting just a yard, and that will bring up second down.
Completion was given up, but that's why you play zone defense, so that you can have people around the ball when it's caught, and you don't give up much run after the catch.
Come back.
14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
14. Cardinals nothing.
So from the 37, here's a 2nd and 9. Murray now to throw. And his throw here's incomplete.
And he's only hit on 2 of his first 6 passes. Time for a quick quarterback regroup here with a big 3rd down coming up.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Murray now. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Nice back-to-back plays defensively. They're stacking momentum now. 1 incompletion, 2 incompletion. They're going for more.
On 4th down, here's Presley Harvin on to punt. And this one hits at the 3 and then bounds into the end zone for a touchback. The Cleveland offense ready to go. It's been a good first half so far. They're up 14-0. Points here, they could really put them in command before trying to force it to Allen, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Bryce Callahan. And they're going to be set up in the red zone right around the 17-yard line. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. After the turnover, here's Murray. They'll swing this out to Fournette. And the Cardinals are going to have a 1st and goal as he'll be taken down at the 7-yard line.
And they'll use him out in the backfield, and sometimes quite a bit. They're just trying to get him touches any way they can. 4 catches a week ago. There's another one right there.
1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. They'll run here with Connor. And he's brought down right at the 5-yard line. Give him 2 on the play.
This is a critical sequence here for this offense. Things really haven't gone their way so far. This could be their chance to get back into it, but they've got to find a way to punch this ball in.
And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. Play action. Now it's Murray. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Martin Emerson. And the Browns are going to have the football at their own 1-yard line. The defense looked geared up to stop the run, but obviously, Charles, they were ready for the pass, too.
Yeah, they were hoping they could catch everyone crashing and playing the run, but that was a very ill-advised throw right there. The opportunity, lost.
The Browns drive about to get started. Well, the good news for them, they got the football. The bad news, they have to go 99 yards here as they start this drive out on their own way.
Oh, and he's not going to make it out of the end zone. The push too strong, and that'll be a safety.
The goal here is about getting any kind of positive yardage in this spot because you don't care who, you don't care how. You just want to try and buy a little space and get away from your own end zone. But in this spot, the defense was all over that play and equally motivated to stick them with a safety.
Murray and the Cardinals with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. They'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31.
And a really nice play call there to start the drive, especially if you're a team that has a little bit of a reputation for throwing it downfield. You come out and you think maybe you can catch them off guard a little bit, and they did. Little screen pass, backdoored them, and that time worked well for a solid gain.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A gain of 10, 1st down, Arizona.
Now that was an excellent run, and when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job, and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space.
Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. Picked up by Denzel Ward. And he returns it into enemy territory down the 45-yard line. If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off by actually catching the ball when he has a chance, he's helping his team in a huge way.
After the interception, here's Watson. And he'll get this one to Cooper, complete. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Deshaun Watson with his third touchdown pass of this first half, as his guys have opened up a very comfortable lead. And on that one, able to catch it, also able to have the wherewithal to take it in for the score.
And how about the phases of a successful catch and a completion of a play? Look the ball in, secure the catch, and then, of course, the run after the catch that ends up in the end zone.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass. And in fact, we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you've got to do something to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. On second down, here's Fournette. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a third down. Then he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom, quick, 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 and what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
Now 3rd down and 7. Here's Murray. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have a Cardinals first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
First down, Arizona.
Throwing now is Murray. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Tucker. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. 2nd down and a yard. To throw, it's Murray. And the Browns pressure gets to him that time, and he's going to go down. It was Myles Garrett that time who got in there and brought him down.
3 scores down, not even a halftime yet. They are not getting much generated offensively. They've got to figure it out.
It's tough because this defense just seems to be playing with so much confidence right now.
They really are. They are on their toes, and they're getting at them.
Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
Certainly looked like someone was very confident in his ability to fit that one in. I would say he was overconfident because there wasn't a whole lot of separation there. Had that one covered pretty well downfield and knocked it away.
He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And problems spreading to the punt team now. This one goes all the way into the end zone on the fly, so that'll come back to the 20. The Cleveland offense ready to go. And with a 3-score lead already, this is not time for a momentum change, so I'd imagine they'd be happy to just take this into the locker room. Flush to his right. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. Able to find a lot of empty space there, picking up the first down at a 21-yard gain.
I am willing to bet that he got a monster grin on his face when he saw what was happening. Man coverage was so committed to denying a big throw that it pulled attention away from him, and he had an easy lane to hit, and hit it he did.
Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete.
Yes, sir. How about an attaboy there on first down? Got his hand in and knocked it away.
Here's 2nd and 10. Throwing again is Watson. For Keenan Allen, that's complete. And he's out of bounds just before the midfield stripe at the 49. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. Watson now to throw. He's got his running back out of the backfield. Well, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40.
Defensively, they came into the game with the understanding they're going to have to slow him down on passes just like this because he was over 100 yards receiving a week ago. And you know they want to get him involved here as well.
A final shot before the break. Watson letting one fly deep for Cooper. And that's going to be caught for the Browns. Touchdown. Deshaun Watson, 4 touchdown passes now in the ballgame. And the Browns will extend their lead here just before halftime. And just before the half ends, the prayer is answered. Defensively, a disaster there.
I know often we're surprised when this actually works. I mean, the excitement level goes way up, but maybe we shouldn't be because I know as a defender, you've got to play the ball in this situation, but you can't interfere with the receiver because, remember, it's a spot foul, and it'd be 1st and goal if it happens in the end zone, and you don't want to give up that play, and that little bit of hesitancy often works really well for offensive guys.
And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the 3rd quarter. It'll be the Cardinals who get the ball first. They trail here as we resume action in the 3rd quarter. Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. CD, they certainly know the hole that they face as they begin the 2nd half. They have to do what precious few teams have done in NFL history. That's try to come back from a 4-possession deficit.
And, partner, you know as that team gathers, they're saying to each other, you never say never, right? Because if you're on an NFL roster, that's how you have to think. You can always come back and win a ball game. And let's face it, we saw a certain Super Bowl, a 25-point lead late that wasn't enough to put someone away. But that being said, this task is near impossible. Let's face it. And bottom line is, they've
intercepted Murray for the 3rd time. Picked off by Greg Newsome. And they will take over at the 29-yard line. So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our 2nd half blowout material. A shotgun snap for Watson. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Well, they certainly knew their challenge as this series began, and they got a stop on play number 1. Goal now, get 2 more stops and limit the damage to a field goal.
Now a 2nd and 10. Here's Watson. That's going to be caught. Touchdown. It's another touchdown pass for Deshaun Watson. His 5th of the afternoon. And the Browns take the interception on defense and convert it into 6 points. York now for the extra point. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter.
The score, Browns 35, Cardinals 2.
The Browns kicking team out there now as they'll send this one away. And this will be returned from deep in the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. Well, we're still in the third quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable. Now, a win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles, but I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized.
7 yards there and a first down. They'll run it again with Fournette. And he'll power ahead, but only for about 3 yards. Second down coming up.
Oftentimes we praise an offense for their variety of being able to hit people with the run in the past. But in this game, how about what we're seeing from the safeties? They are all over the field. Doesn't matter if they threw it or if they're trying to run it.
I don't think we've ever awarded an MVU, most valuable unit, but you're right. It might go to them in this game.
I like that. MVU. Well done.
Now, meanwhile, here's a second down throw that's knocked away and incomplete.
Well, he certainly thought he had a window to push that ball downfield, but as soon as he released the throw, the corner was there to slam that window shut.
Play fake. Murray. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by Denzel Ward. And the Browns will take over possession here up at the 44.
It certainly feels like this defensive group has figured this guy out to the tune of a big lead in this one. And you know that he's frustrated with how this game has gone. And now with back-to-back interceptions, he's got to find a way to get out of his own head and start making better plays.
The Browns drive about to get started. They'll start in excellent field position following the INT. A good start to the drive. That's caught out on the left side. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A very solid gain of 27.
Press coverage on the outside, and for defenders, that's the ultimate risk-reward. If you take the risk, can you reward yourself by keeping them on the line of scrimmage? But no, not on that one. Got to step on them. Now it's just a matter of laying the ball out there for him to go get it.
On first down, Watson. Escaping the pressure right. And he'll go right back to Allen. That's complete. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. He's been a one-man wrecking crew these last couple of plays. This time 18 more and a first down.
This is just more of the same. This defense has had no answer on a lot of these throws. They've let these receivers run wild. And here's another completion for good yardage.
On the move to his left. That is caught at the 7-yard line. Down to the 6-yard line on a pickup of 6 as he gets halfway to the goal line. He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're...
Touchdown, Browns! David Njoku, his 3rd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Browns are an extra point away from going up by 40. Extra point by York is up and good. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And this will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. And, oh, my goodness, here's a 5th interception. Picked up by Denzel Ward. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Browns has a touchdown. Well, whatever adjustments they're trying to make over on that sideline, Charles, this defense, they just seem to be a step in front of them and not giving them a chance to implement any of those changes. And here, a pick six, and they widen the lead.
At least a step ahead, maybe even 2 steps. And right now, they are thinking hard about putting this opponent away. That turnover, it grew their lead and just totally deflated that offense. Now these next couple of series, you can take them out of the game entirely if you continue on this pace.
At their own 25-yard line.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. Well, it's a game that they would rather probably forget about, at least to this point, Charles. And one reason is turnovers. A turnover on the last drive. They had the issue in the first half as well, and that's really, unfortunately for them, helped to put this game out of reach.
And you know they won't admit it to themselves, but we know that winning the game is pretty much out of the picture now. So their bottom line is, how do they play a clean game the rest of this one, right? Take care of the football, no more turnovers, and see how that works.
He'll get this up to about the 44.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
Again, it's Fournette. Pushing forward for 3 up to the 48. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
They'll try and run for it with Connor. And a solid run here as he'll pick his way down to the 42-yard line. A gain of 10, first down, Arizona.
First down, Arizona.
A handoff, Fournette running left. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up second and 11. Fournette once more on second down. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his third down play as we played 3 quarters. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. This offense so far on third down, 3 for 7 so far in this game. This is 3rd and 11. Now Murray. And that will be incomplete.
So many times we talk about coverage, we're just about a defender running with a receiver, but a big part of it is understanding where the football is, finding it. In this case, when it arrived, it wasn't a surprise, and he was able to bat it away.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. The Cardinals unable to convert there on 4th down. And that will force a turnover on downs. Watson and the Browns now with a 1st and 10. Right at the 50-yard line. Watson's throw there complete to Allen. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and that'll bring up second down.
Brings up 2nd and 3 at the Cardinals' 42-yard line.
Here's Watson. This short pass into the hands of Njoku. And he gets this down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. With that, he's up to 160 yards receiving now for the ballgame.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a first down.
He finds his target, Allen. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. From the red zone now, Watson. And that one too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete. Well, their passing attack, even though that one was incomplete, has been really sharp in this one. It's resulted in a lot of touchdowns. And it looks like they're not going to stop throwing the football until the very end of this one.
Well, that will certainly make everyone involved on offense pretty happy because that gives them all a chance to pad their stats a bit. But as far as the
now the pressure gets there, and he goes down just inside the 20 at the 19. Matt Ioannidis bullying his way in and sticking him to the turf. Following that sack, Watson and the Browns backed up for a 3rd and long. They'll look to throw. Looking for Cooper, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Marco Wilson. And the Cardinals are going to take possession here at their own 16-yard line.
They'll take over 1st and 10 at their own 16-yard line.
Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. It's now appearing that this losing streak is going to continue. You know, the coaching staff was confident that this was going to be the game to stem the tide, but that just has not been the case. The end result, 21 yards. Well, a touchdown here on this drive, it wouldn't really put much of a dent in the score, the deficit right now, but as you've mentioned in the past, CD, their coach is probably just hoping to see something executed correctly on this drive before we close out the ball game.
Yeah, and I think that every guy who's on the field has to feel exactly the same way, because if not, they might be looking for replacements. Treat every drive as if it's your last and make it a successful one in some small way.
2nd down and 3. Here's Murray. And this is caught. It's Brown. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. 27 yards there, a 1st down. Offense for them has been at a premium. You wonder where plays like that have been all game long.
They're thinking the exact same thing themselves, but they're also looking forward now, because now these plays are really for next week, trying to get some momentum going.
Throw left side, pulled in by Tucker. They'll wind up getting just a yard out of it, and it'll be 2nd down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Murray's throw hauled in by Washington. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. 2nd catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down. Now, this is certainly one of the bigger losses that we are going to see for quite some time. And you have to think at this point where we're at in the 4th quarter with how wide this advantage is. For this offense, they're just trying to end things with a positive drive and then get the heck out of here.
Yeah, if this had been a concert, you would have heard plenty of sour notes in this one. But they certainly don't want to end it on one. They want to put together a few more throws like that and at least have a final drive to give them a little bit more hope as they move forward.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
On 2nd down, Connor looking for space. And he goes backwards on this one. Losing yardage to the 7. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
I think this offense, specifically this running game, they're going to have to find a way to turn the page because they haven't found a way to run it effectively thus far, and it's cost them.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
Now Murray's got to have this one. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert. And they turn it over. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And this Browns defense stands tall. The Cleveland offense ready to go. And it would seem as if their 3-game winning streak is about to go to 4, but still a little work to do as they start for... He's by himself, Keenan Allen! And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. That's a gain of 31 with right around 1 minute to go in the quarter. So that play much needed there as they're all the way up near the 40 for a 1st and 10. And Watson's going to throw it here. He's going to look deep for more. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
Partner, they've been aggressive, airing it out all game long, and no better evidence than those last 2 snaps. They weren't going to beat this coverage, though, 2 plays in a row, and that one falls incomplete.
That's into the hands of Donovan Peoples-Jones. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Now Watson. There goes a deep ball, end zone. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
Partner, in the sportsmanship handbook, there's something to be said for calling the dogs off in a blowout. But these defenders, they also know this is the NFL, and it's their job to stop them, whether they're in the game or they're down by a handful of touchdowns.
He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
They decided the opportunity was there and launched a deep ball, but he was unable to get away from the defender, couldn't create space, couldn't uncover at the end of the route, and that one winds up incomplete.
Now yet another incompletion here as they fail to connect on 3rd.
Well, at this juncture, CD, you normally see teams pack in the passing game. They've got the huge lead. Not them, though. They're still taking their shots.
I remember reading in past history, there was a college football coach in the Hall of Fame whose nickname was Close the Gates of Mercy. But he wasn't really big on that. He was big on going ahead and scoring. He's kind of reincarnated right here. We're watching it in front of us.
The Browns unable to move the chains on 4th down. And the Cardinal defense is going to get the football back. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense.
Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You'd have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the